Hey everybody, this is Barry from NoodleAgentAi, and look, I don't know about you guys, but I am very, very careful about what I put into ChatGPT or any of the online AI platforms. I really don't want it to use my data or my client's data to train as model. I'm really, really careful about that. I know some of these models now as well. I think Gemini is one, and maybe even ChatGPT, where you can opt out of this, so it doesn't train as model. But I'm still a little bit skeptical, call me a little bit old school, but I prefer to keep that localized. So there are a few packages out there that let you download and use AI models on your PC or your Mac. I'm looking at one today. This is what I've got on my PC, and I've got it on my Mac as well. There are other packages out there. So Open Web UI is a really good one. This one's a little bit easier to install. So this is a lot easier for people to use. All you got to do is you go to their website. I'm not going to go through the whole process because it's pretty simple. But you got to go in, choose what chipset you have. I've got an NVIDIA, and I've also on my Mac as well. I've got an M2 on my Mac. So you choose that, and then it starts the download process. You will get one screen during this process. It'll ask you whether you want to do a local AI or you want to use an API. For this, I don't have any APIs from ChatGPT or anything in my localized version. I like to keep it to myself, so I'm using a local models. But I'm not going to go into download. You can and install. You can do this yourself. It's really, really simple. But let's jump over to Mysty platform, and I'll just give you a quick overview of that. All right, so I've just opened up Mysty, and we're just going to give a real quick overview here. I mean, the UI is pretty standard. If you've used ChatGPT or anything else, it's not that different, okay? But what I'm going to do is going to show you on the left-hand side, you can see the local AI model. So I'm going to click that. And one of the great things about this platform is that you can download any of the free models you want. You've got Gemma 3, you've got DeepSeek, you've got Pi 4, Llama 3.2. But what makes this particularly good is you can see the little 100% here, 100% there. And you've got Llama, if I just point down here to the left, Llama 3.3, and you can see it says 37. So that's, it's got a percentage point of 37 that would work well on my PC, so I'm not going to choose that. If you're on a Mac and the chipset's not as good, this is great because it'll show you exactly what models you can use for yours. If I click on installed models, you can see I've got a few models here: Gemma 3, Llama 3.2, I've got Pi 4.14. So I've got a few on there. There are some new models that just came out. I'll probably look into that and maybe put a couple more on there later today, give it a bit of test. But for now, let's click out of there. And what makes this platform particularly good, I'm sure some of the other ones do it as well, but if you click up the top right hand side, you've got add split chat. I'm going to do that twice, so I've got 3 chats here because I want to test 3 models. Now, when you go to the message part here, you can see the little world icon. I want to click that. You can see it's on. You can click it on and off. So this means my models have permission to go on in the internet and get the information for me. Now I'm going to go to my second chat window here, and I'm going to go click on the little icon there, and you can see I've got Llama 3.2. I'm going to go to Gemma, so I've got Gemma there. I'm going to go to my next one, and I'm going to use Microsoft Pi there as well. Now I'm just going to give a little prompt there. How can I use AI for my business? Please give me examples of e-commerce to help me know my customers. Not very grammatically correct and not a lot in it, but I'm going to see how it works anyway. So if I click enter, go like that, and you can see sometimes the first response can take a little while because I guess it's warming up, but then every subsequent kind of prompt you put in, it does get quicker and quicker. And of course, if you've got a better chipset than me as well, then this will probably go faster. All right, you can see Llama 3.2 started giving me all the answers there. Gemma 3 and Pi is a little bit far behind, but not too far. But this is particularly good because I like to kind of know, have the best information out there. I'd like to have this set up so that I can compare between the models and I can see what model is good for whatever specific purpose I have. Some models are better than others for different things, so I particularly love this about Misty. And Gem is still going, waiting for first response, but you kind of get the gist of that. I highly recommend you giving this a try. Download Misty, give it a try. There are a lot of other options here as well I might go into later, like Knowledge Stack, putting your own documents in there and setting up Knowledge Stack so that you can start talking to your documents like Gemma. Google Gemma does that as well. And then there's a prompt library here as well. Now the prompt library has some really great stuff in there, a lot of marketing stuff and some business tools, a lot of research tools. It's a really good one to look at as well. So I highly recommend trying this and keeping your AI localized. A lot of these models will work on Mac as well and the smaller chipsets, and because this will show you what models are likely to work with your chipset or your PC or your Mac, then it makes things really simple. And we've finally got Gemma 3 going down. So now I can go through and I can directly look at every single one and kind of see what works best for me. All right, we'll leave it at that. I tried to keep this as quick as possible, and we'll keep on doing these little tutorials to help businesses use AI today and not some theoretical thing where AI will help you in the future. We're going to give tips on how AI can help you now. All right, have a great